So we're going to begin this review of EpiInfo by reviewing how to create a form. We start here in the Create Forms button, and then look to the left here. We want to have this canvas over here on the right set up so we can start right-clicking and putting our field names in. But first we have to create a new project. We have an old project, we can go File, Recent Projects, and find it and open it up. But if not, we create a new project. We can either click here, or we could just click up here, New Project. Now we have to name this project. I'll call it Form Demo. Here I can write a bit about it. It's quite useful to be able to say, this is a form that will be used. Well, this form is used to collect basic patient information at basic health units. So we provide information so our colleagues, when they're using our forms, know at least what the intention and purpose of the form was when it was made. They may not be around when we make the form. This will be very helpful. So we'll call it Form at BHU, something like that. Okay. Now we're creating a new project by clicking OK here. It'll take a little while to set up, and then we can start actually making our form. You see the canvas on the right has become white, little dots on it. We can now actually start to put variables here. And the most important thing to remember here is to right-click where we want to start making our new fields. So if I right-click here, we can put new field in, text, etc. if we want to, or we can drag and drop like this. Click on text and drop it where we want to have it. So that's where we're going to put a text field in. So we're putting in name. Type name in there. Field names automatically assigned by EpiInfo, and so we want to put in 25 characters to allow for a reasonably long name. We can do that. If we click required, that means that the person entering the data must put a name in here or they can't continue. It can be dangerous to put required in, because if the data is missing, the data entry person cannot continue to enter until they can find that piece of information. So always think carefully about making something required or not. Okay. Now let's just, with reds, let's try that again. Doesn't like it. You may think it's too short. But here we've got name of participant, or name of patient. It's a BHU form. And we'll just click there. Name of patient has come up as the abbreviated field name. This will appear in the top of the column of your data. So if you view it in a database or in Excel, you should see name of patient at the top of the column. Okay. Click OK. There it is. Now, we can move this around if we want to. Move any field name around. We left click using our mouse on this part here on the label and move it. If we left click our mouse on the actual box here, it moves by itself. But we want to move both together, so we actually move by clicking on the label for the field name. Now let's put another field name in. Let's say we're going to put in age. Now, age is a number variable. We can choose number here, drag it on to the canvas, or we can just right click, new field, to number, age here, automatically assigned. Now the pattern, this is important. We click on pattern here because this tells us how many character spaces are assigned to the age. You can see here that's one space, that would allow us to put up to like 0 to 9 years. This would be 0 to 99 years, and this would allow 0 to 999 years. Let's choose that in case we have a few people over 100 years of age going in here. Okay. Click OK. And we can again align that. Now, let's say we want to put in the date that they visited the clinic. Click in there, good. And the date of BHU visit. We could also put time, or we could use a date and time variable there. Now, so we want to have presenting complaint. Maybe we'll allow 60 characters there. It's still brief. You can see it's a much longer text box. We could code these. This is going to be a free text choice. We can put whatever text we want in here, but perhaps we say we wanted to just have certain conditions there, so that it's easy just to click on certain conditions. We could use legal values, and we could have condition code. Now, data source, we come down here, we're going to produce a series of legal values that will be allowed to be listed here. We go and we create the data source that links to these codes. We've got to create new at this point, and it will come up with a little table we can complete. So, this will be a drop-down box now. So we could have in here injury, infection, obstetric, pediatric. But we should use codes that we actually need as part of our overall information strategy. These are just very simple, just a very simple example. What this means, we can just click on these and select them rather than having to write them out. Now, of course, this is not what you use in a real situation, because you know, we could have infection in an obstetric or pediatric situation, just an example. But if you want to code, you could do this. You can have cascading codes where you select one lot of codes and move to another. And again, that's further explained on the EpiInfo website. Perhaps a better use of legal values might be in nominating the zone card or district of the patient. Now, remember, we might have district for the patient residence, but we might also have a district for where the patient is being seen. For the BHU, they might be different. So again, for a drop-down list, we'd start creating them like this. So we might have Tumpu, Paro, Wongdi, what else? Let's have Ha, and obviously we put all 20 districts in there, and then we're just going to click on them. Okay. Now, you can also put, if you want to change any of these, you decide they're wrong, you go back and you right click on them and see properties. Now, we could put a range in here. We might put, I don't know, 1 to 110, something like that. I expect anyone to be over 110 perhaps. You could make something